Hello and welcome. Today we'll be taking a look at a brand new release for DCS, community mod UH-60L Blackhawk. It was released a few days ago and managed to sort of have a look and try and fly it. I'm not great with helicopters, but this is actually really good, better than I was expecting, very stable. And it comes with a few extras. So before we get into that, we'll have a look at the liveries. So we've got default, Brazilian Air Force, Israeli Air Force, Japanese Air Self-Defense Force Search and Rescue, Skyward FM, which sounds like a radio station, your obligatory United States Army Desert, obviously Medevac, SOAR, US Navy, United States Air Force Rescue. We're used to seeing those at Lake and Heath. We had 4 stationed there for a while before they moved on to continental Europe. United States Coast Guard and X-51 Squadron, whoever they may be. So we're going to go back to United States Air Force Rescue. As you can see, it's in its slick form, but we can change that. We have dual fuel tanks, or we can have quad. There are no weapons at the moment. I'm not sure if any will be implemented. For countermeasures, we have chaff. There are no flares, but they will be coming in a later update. And now on to the next bit that really makes this mod stand out. If we go over to the 3 dashes over here and click this box, you can enable fuel probe, which means this thing can air-to-air refuel. Now, the default refueling planes in DCS won't fly slow enough for the helicopter to keep along with and refuel. The community modders who have been working on this have thought ahead on that, and they've actually included their own variant. So if you go into the list for a tanker, obviously KC-130 is the default. They have included the KC-130 Juliet. If we take a look at that, you can see it's in its United States Navy / Marine colours, and this will do around 110-120 knots, which will be within the limits of the Blackhawk being able to catch up and keep with while refueling. So I've got one of those doing a racetrack pattern in the mission, so when I get round to it I will try and do some air-to-air refueling, but I can't even air-to-air refuel in jets, so this should be interesting. So with that, let's jump into the cockpit. Okay, so looking inside, we have a very detailed cockpit, majority of which is clickable. There is a startup sequence. There is a manual of which you can follow that startup sequence to get it started. I've started hot just to make things a bit easier on this review. Doors are you're able to open doors, you're able to do various other bits and pieces. If we go into the external view, and there you see that I have the rather large probe, and it looks very, very good. I mean, like I say, it's a community mod, and the level of detail for a community mod is quite outstanding. Very impressed. So let's jump back into the cockpit, and let's have a quick look at the extension of the refueling probe. So now that is quite some distance away from me, so I think threading cooked spaghetti into a cat's backside would probably be a lot easier than air-to-air refueling in this thing. Like I say, I can't even air-to-air refuel properly with jets, so this will be very interesting indeed. So, with that, let's get into some manoeuvring. Bring that back. Let's bring the throttle up. Sorry, collective up. Keep making that mistake. And see if we can get into the hover. I mean, you can trim the cyclic out in the usual way that you would trim out an aircraft, but you can also trim out the same way as the KA-50 does, where you pull into the position that you want the aircraft to fly, and then you just pull the trigger and let go, and it will stay trimmed like that, which I think is a really good way of doing it. As you can see, I've got it into a decent little hover here, and I'm no expert with these helicopters, so let's get out onto the runway and make our way up. Right, and we're off. So takeoff was easy enough, and controls are pretty responsive, not over the top. By the way, I'm doing that on purpose, so it's not my ineptitude. Okay. 200 knots, a bit too fast. Start thinking about trying to bring this into land. The vibration is absolutely insane. I've obviously done something wrong there to aggravate it. Okay, let's see if we can bring it down on to the runway. Nosing it down is not the way, obviously. So keep the speed down. Might try an auto gyro, or auto rotation, sorry, and see if we can get it on the ground safely in a minute. Okay. Just needed to stop. Bring it down gently. Yeah, that wasn't gently. Like I say, I'm a helicopter pilot, so wasn't expecting a miracle there. Bring it on the deck. There we go. That's a bit better. Okay, so we seem to have survived that. Let's see what happens when I do an auto rotation. Okay, now we're going to try and simulate an auto rotation, so I'm going to shut the engines down. Bring the collective down and the throttle. Aim for this field here. Well, at least this gives me a chance to show you the damage model as well. So if we go outside, you can see the engines are spooling down now, but we have no blades. I think I've got 2 rotor blades there, but no real damage to the fuselage. If this landing would have killed me, I would have just exploded and the helicopter would have just disappeared, but I might call that a success, considering that I've never really done an auto rotation before. So yeah, manageable but difficult. Okay, so I've got the KC-130J in front of me. I've got to remember how to do this, because obviously pulling backwards and forwards on the stick is not going to give me ascent and descent. It's all going to be done with the collective. I've got to drop with the collective, speed up with the nose down and slow down with the nose up. So you should be doing about 110 knots.
Texaco 1-1, in field 1-1, request rejoin. In field 1-1, Texaco 1-1, proceed to pre-contact at 7,000 at 140.
Knowing my luck, I will just get near the basket and he'll make a turn. Let's see if we can bring it down a little bit more. Okay. It's like refueling through treacle. It's all in slow motion. Yep, knew it'd do this.
Ready, pre-contact. Cleared contact.
Well, I actually got the basket out. That's something in itself. If I could stop this oscillation, it'd be great. No, this ain't gonna happen, like I say. Wet spaghetti, cat's bum will be easier. So what do I think to the community UH-60 Lima. Well, as a more of a fixed wing flyer, I found it quite simple to fly. It has its vices. Obviously, if you push it the wrong way, it will let you know, or it'll put you in the ground, one of the two. Yeah, it's highly detailed, especially for a first rendition, really. I mean, I literally heard about this a couple of days ago, and it's literally just been released. So, I mean, the fact that a lot of the systems are working, the cockpit is detailed as it is, and the textures are as good as they are, obviously shows there's a very good team behind the whole process, and especially with the addition of the air-to-air refueling, which was a big surprise to me. Absolutely genius. So yeah, I'll be looking into this module in a bit more depth. Certainly one that's needed for the sim. I know there's been a big cry out for a Blackhawk for a while, so finally got what you asked for, and the best bit about it is it's absolutely free. So yeah, I'll add the links for the download in the description and for their Discord. Definitely worth checking it out, and if you're a helicopter flyer, you're gonna love it. Just all the best with the air-to-air refueling. Yeah, so I hope this has helped out or got you interested, and yeah, get flying. So as always, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.